from SETI Alpha 5.
This is SETI Alpha 5.
We are the Sons of Khan, an unofficial STO podcast. Because I kind of have to say that, because Paramount and the worrisome and the coming down on fan projects and things like that, and that's just the way it is. And we wanted to do this, but I guess we kind of still have to follow those rule things, so that's the way it is. And to get things started,
We offered the world order.
and we plan to continue doing said tradition here with our podcast, this will follow a very specific format. And if you know the way that most of our shows have gone, they don't quite follow a format. Sometimes we just get crazy, but this will. We are going to begin with introductions, move to news, and then we will move to general game discussions, and sometimes we'll bring in topics and things like that. So, guys, I'm Lieutenant Commander William Bush, and I captain right now the Lantern A, which is a cruiser ship. It's Constitution. One of you guys is
Somebody go.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you guys.
Lieutenant Commander Nicholas Bennett here, and I captained the great and powerful USS Satsuki II, the NCC 1987B. It is also a Constitution class starship, and man, is it mean.
Fair enough. Lieutenant Commander Sario Rokoju, which would be this guy. And I happen to pilot myself a light cruiser, referred to as the USS Medic.
It really is, too. That is really the name of his ship.
M-U-H-D-I-K. Medic.
Oh my god, I can't believe nobody's tagged you on that.
That's what happens when you're an alien.
Go ahead, Scott.
And I'm Lieutenant Commander Scott. Well, on the game here, it's just Scott, but Scott Action Jackson. And I am captaining the USS Ruxpin B, which is a cruiser.
All right. Okay, so that's introductions. There's not much in our second category tonight. To be fair, our second category is the news. And when it comes to the news, especially right now, this is pretty much just started here on the PS4, to be fair. So there's not a lot to talk about, but sticking to our foundation here on the PS4 news, the newest article to talk about is the Star Trek Online 50th anniversary giveaway, which, if anybody has yet to claim this was pretty cool. In case nobody knows, it gave away quite a few things. For
24
free,
hours.
Yeah, for free, you could claim the Enterprise Bridge. And the Enterprise Bridge, first off, the layout for the interior of your ship, normally this is kind of weak normally. And we've, to be fair, we're new to Star Trek Online here on the PlayStation, but I have about 5-6 months experience on the PC. I know that doesn't make me a veteran or nothing. I'm just laying down
We've done us some flying before.
Yeah.
Is what we're saying.
Well, normally you leave your bridge, and when you go down into your ship's interior, it's all about basically the same. This is not. If you equip this item, your entire ship gets the overhaul. You can go down to the original engineering with the little panel that Scotty used to look at that had the little lights and beeps and everything, and the back corridors and all that, and the conference rooms and the people's quarters and the little chapel area. It's all in there. You can roam around the Enterprise and get your geek on, and I'm telling you guys, this was awesome. I had like a hardcore nerdgasm over this thing. Like, I walked around the ship.
That's it.
No, once you equip it as your interior, then you go into the turbo lift and you check your options, like hold your X, and you can go to the crew quarters, or you can go to the crew decks, or you can go to the engineering decks. and you could walk around the actual interior of the Enterprise, and that is really, really cool, and that's part of what this giveaway was. You also got the dress uniform tunics for the original series, the captain tunics, which is that weird green shirt that Kirk used to wear, which rumor for that is that Kirk used to have a midsection weight problem where he would gain weight and then they would wrap that thing around him so he could kind of hide it. Then he would work off the weight, and the next episode they'd find an excuse to take his shirt off, so that there was always that suspension of disbelief that the captain was always in great shape. And then we also got the original series medical tunics, and I believe we got a shuttlecraft F1, I believe is what it's called. I have yet to go claim that. I've yet to go claim it, but I did make the claim, so I imagine I could just go requisition the ship for free now in the small shuttle stuff and put it in my shuttle bay, and that would be really cool. But I've yet to do it, to be fair. That's all there is for the news. There's not much in terms of news tonight.
One other freebie that happened for PlayStation 4 members, though.
We got
the Wrath of Khan set.
Yeah.
Wrath of Khan uniforms. In fact, Scott here at the table, he is actually wearing the Wrath of Khan suit primarily unchanged, except he has the open uniform. This came with two uniforms. It came with closed and opened. I wear the closed uniform. He wears the open uniform. And of course, I modified my uniform's colors to kind of go for my crew is worked out in a way where it matches the original series, but it's as if the original series style kind of drifted into the Wrath of Khan movies, and then I chose white for the captain's seat. So I still have the blues, the reds, and the golds, and then my ladies are still wearing skirts and everything, so that it is what it is. But I was happy with my uniforms and everything, so. And then Seth, it was Mr. Sario over here, he went for a completely different look. He chose Bane of the Galaxy. So,
Look at my awesome glory.
On top of that, we got something else, and I don't know if you claimed this yet, Scott, but we received a free Wrath of Khan costume, as in a Khan costume.
Yeah, I got the Khan and his men costumes as well.
Yep, we got his hairdo too. You can make a Khan.
I took
His
both
hairdo?
of those.
Yeah, because when I was going through the hairdos for one of my guys, I kind of flicked by it by accident, and I was like, oh shit, they gave us the hair too? So you have the awesome movie hair and the costume and everything to go with it.
See, my
Too
issue
bad
is
we
every
can't
time when
rename the characters.
Yeah,
when I
well, you can
change
do it
some
like
of the
one time
stuff-
with a captain rename token.
When I try to change some of the stuff on my appearance, it usually, for some odd reason, says it's going to charge me for it when that's not
Because
supposed
sometimes
to.
it will. No, you misunderstand. This game is hardcore about those little things. And a matter of fact, since we're done with news, I believe we're done with news, we are going to move into our next topics. Our next topics are always going to be general game discussion, where we just talk about the game for a little while. And one of the things I would like to bring up is what you just said. If you're building your own costumes, be careful. Because let's say, okay, like the original series, right? They gave us the tunics.
Yeah.
Tunics. That's it.
Not the uniforms.
Yeah, not the uniforms. We got the tunics. So the pants and the boots, if you want to equip those, you're going to pay. But if you want to work out your own system with the original tunics, you could do that now. So what you're going through is you're picking like a uniform, and then you're putting on parts and switching stuff up, and that's the reason sometimes some of the parts cost money when you're trying to build your own uniforms.
Which kind of sucks.
Now, everybody here has just kind of gotten started. Like I said, I have completed the Klingon storyline before, one time. But you guys, this is your first time through the Klingon storyline, except for Nick. You completed that with me, right?
Yep, me and you were actually working on... Oh god, what the hell was it? I can actually take a look. Mission journal.
I actually did not start what you're about to say. I didn't start into the next campaign. I just beat the Klingon storylines.
Yeah, Wasteland was the next campaign because the
Yes.
last one that we did. Oh no, we did that weird side mission where we went into the future.
That's the
But it
end
wasn't
of the
really the
Klingon
future.
campaign.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, because Bovak is there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we literally finished that, and that was pretty much it.
Now, to keep this away from you two, we won't talk about what that last mission is, so you could be interested in it. But so far, how are you guys digging on the storyline here?
It could be better, could be worse.
Really? You kind of got an because I'm actually into it. I like the idea that all-out war has broke and the Klingons are kind of on the edge, and he's kind of like a how do I put this? He's kind of trying to bring back those old ideals. And he goes about it, and I don't think you're far enough really to see just how much of an extremist he is, because you're far enough to where you've seen that he's developing new weapons, and you tried
Yeah.
to destroy one of his weapon facilities, correct?
Tried.
But you've yet
Even
to
though he's-
see what his ultimate goal is, the weapon he's actually trying to procure.
Well, if what I heard from you guys is right, going back in time is part of it.
That's actually not a part of his storyline, but you will go back in time.
Yeah, you get to be a Star Trek Ghostbuster. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, kind of.
I already ghostbusted a little bit already, so...
Yeah, he's just about to
You
do
get to
that
do more
station.
of that.
He's just about to
Yay.
do the station where you go down below the station,
Oh,
and you got
God.
to deal with all those guys as you go down towards the computer core.
And then rerun back through it like 8 times.
Yes.
Yep, that's a fun one.
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore, actually, to be fair. That is no joke, a pretty rough mission.
Good thing I got a lot of crew members on my down part of the exploring.
Well, to be fair, after we're done with the show, you're already there. We can run Seth through his stuff and we can come help you. Because with all of us there, that mission will seem like a joke. If you're alone, you can get screwed because they have these stupid hold moves where they trap you and you cannot move. And then while
Oh,
you're
yeah.
stuck like that, the other guys will attack you and they're draining your life. And it can get
And
rough.
healing themselves.
Yeah, and they heal
Actually,
Don't
themselves.
forget that.
Yeah.
I got that when I fought the ghost boss last time, so...
Well, there's a hardcore ghost boss in the computer core. He's
So it's
really
a ghost
big.
in the machine.
He's huge. Yes. Yeah, he's friggin' huge. It's really cool though, and it's a really good storyline that leads into one of the coolest parts of the early campaign, because I'm just gonna throw a hint out here. That station was made back in the 23rd century. For those of you that are
You
not
get to meet
completely
two
Star
cool
Trek
people.
literate, the 23rd century is Kirk's time.
The original series, and you get to see 2 people I love to death.
And some cool stuff will take place because of those Davidians. I have trouble saying.
I think
their
they're
name.
Davidians.
Yeah,
The weird ghost people.
yeah. I have trouble
aren't
saying
ghosts.
their names, to be fair. But yes, they when you, in your quest to remove them, you will see some pretty cool stuff, and it will deal with the 23rd century. Now, are there any in general questions or anything like that?
Other than I'm trying to figure out how to turn it off when random douchebag 4567 next to me ends up doing some mission, and it's like, hey, they can choose something.
Yeah,
Turn that off.
He's
Oh
right.
no!
What is that about?
When it's the T6 or above, that means it's a server-wide game announcement because they have kicked a lot of ass.
No, okay, that's cool. I'm happy to give that person a thumbs
Okay,
up
yeah,
if it's
no,
that kind of
that's-
big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's understandable.
congratulations
I mean,
then.
like,
Yeah.
randomly, yeah, but randomly, like, it'll show up on
Yeah.
my thing. It'll
I
just
see
be
it
like,
too.
so-and-so has completed this mission, and they get a choice of this and this and this, and I'm like, and I care why?
No, I'm digging that.
Yeah.
Okay, now that you've told me that,
it's a server-wide
Yeah.
thing. It's literally anyone in that area, at least, will be like, hey, this person just kicked a lot of ass or busted their ass to do shit. congratulations to them.
That's
And
pretty
you go,
awesome.
"Oh, well, that's pretty pimp."
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes.
I'm kind of
So I
into
did
that.
it on
bit.
accident. Now everybody's scanning.
Everybody's playing with their scanners.
Screw this. Flip it. Damn it. Flip my table. Flip it.
Leave it down.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, now I actually digging the storyline, like quite a lot. I really enjoy the storyline to this game. I think it's very well done, and I think it's one of those things where, to be fair, if you break this game down, I feel like the ground game is very Knights of the Old Republic. Kind of feels like you're playing a BioWare game or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
I almost feel it.
I do. Here's the thing. I can tell you why this game feels different than other MMOs, because when I play the game, there are times I don't feel like I'm playing an MMO. There's a type of, I don't even know if I shouldn't call it a stigma, because it's not, but there's a feeling from an MMO that sometimes doesn't feel like a game. Like okay, in this, I don't do a lot of menial, stupid tasks.
Yeah.
Everything I do seems to actually be part of a grander story that's leading me somewhere. I like that. Now, I can go do menial tasks, or, they don't even feel menial. I can do space encounters and things like that. I can mine dilithium and whatnot. And yes, those exist.
Which is
but,
damn necessary.
Yes, but when
Yeah.
it comes right down to it,
Dilithium's a pain in the
I
ass.
never feel like this game is just... I never feel like there's a guy that's like, hey, I need to take these boxes down to storage, but I'm lazy as shit. Would you want to do it for me? I'll give you some credits. I've yet to come across that situation.
Which is good, because that got stupid really quick.
It gets old. In so many MMOs, that gets so old.
You mean like DC Universe?
Yeah, I can kind of give that
Yeah.
to DC Universe. Because while I like DCUO, I have to say that there's a little bit of irritation in like, hey, go beat up these 6 guys, take out 6 of these tanks, and then come talk to me. I don't want to come talk to you. Like, I guess it's fine that you sent me on a combat mission, but how about I just go do it and we be done? Like, in this, you finish your mission, and you just hail Starfleet, or whoever your person is that sent the mission, and it's done. You just move on.
And they
I
give
like
you the
that.
next one.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they'll
I was
just
about to
give you
say
the
that.
next one.
Yeah.
It's
the
none of
closest
this,
thing
oh, well, you need
repetitive.
to go talk to Bitch Tits McGee over there.
Right, that gets really
By the way,
old.
over there just happens to be, 30 minutes of flying because, well, it takes a minute to get across the galaxy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But believe it or not,
Constitution
there's,
not able to fly fast
there's
enough.
something about that I appreciate, too, because I like that as the ship is getting more... As I get better ships, as I get better warp cores and everything, I do feel a significant difference. There's something about that I like, and the game doesn't seem drawn out through things that don't need to happen. It feels like the things that are happening are stuff that is relevant to what is going on.
I just wish... I'm looking forward when they actually start implementing a lot of the stuff they have on the PC version into this finally.
I agree with
Because right now,
One of the
I
things,
am really irritated because I can't even see how fast my warp engines are. And that
of the
is
things-
important to me.
one of the things that I used to like to do is I used to invite Nick over to my ship, and we would just like go over to like 10 forward and sit down and hang out and talk. We tried to
Yep.
do that here, and that option doesn't exist to us yet. I cannot invite people over to my ship. And that exists on the computer, and it doesn't exist for us here now on the PlayStation 4.
And we can't even sit at the chairs,
Which-
See, this is as close to
Oh, yeah,
sitting
the
as we can
chairs.
get.
The chairs,
Well, to be
yeah.
fair, these chairs, yes. But on my ship, see, that's another reason I was irritated. I found a conference room on my ship, And I was like, sweet, this will be perfect for the show. And I checked all the chairs, and there were like 6 chairs that you could sit in. And I was like, this is perfect. So I had it all worked out, and then we got in here today, and I was like, I know I can do it on the computer, so let's try to do it here. And it was like, no. And I couldn't do it.
This is weird.
Could have went to what?
The Earth Space Station. We could have went there too, so.
How many chairs are there that we can sit in?
Oh, I think there's a lot of areas that you could.
Well,
I'm trying to pick fights with merchants.
I was trying to see what kind of officers he was offering. Apparently, he's offering some unknown dudes.
Now, that's something that's going to come into play here, too. There's going to be an update very soon. Basically, this just got the game off the ground. This is the bare bones. We're off the ground. We're starting to move. Hopefully, this gets really good, but I don't know. So, there's still a lot of work to do to bring it up to the PlayStation's, not the PlayStation, but the computer standard. And at the same time, I feel like, how am I trying to say this here? I feel like there's an update coming very soon. And the reason I say that is because in the computer, you get officers. Like, not just like, not bridge officers, but officers, crew officers.
Yeah, duty officers.
Yeah, duty officers. And you can use those to do different tasks around the area. Everything from mining materials to looking for certain things to finding scientific discoveries. All kinds of things that you can do, right? And then those things that you do will offer experience in different ways to both your crew and your ship. That doesn't exist for us yet. And that does kind of bother me.
Working on it.
Well, that and the R&D stuff.
Well, that's what I was talking about. Like, there's going to be, okay, like the R&D stuff seems a little different though now too. I'm curious. I don't know. I wonder if the duty officers are going to drop in the next update. And for that matter, if the update drops, we'll definitely be in here to talk about it.
Well, it's like it's supposed to be coming out sometime in the future.
Yes.
We don't know when.
We're in the future already, though.
Sometime further in the future.
So, does anybody have something to talk about in terms of the way the game is? Do you have anything that you want to say, like questions and things like that? That we're a little more experienced than you guys. I don't think we can answer all questions. I'm not claiming to be any kind of an expert, but let's keep the conversation going. Do you have questions about the game?
Maybe we should bring up the starter types for like the Federation if you go that route.
There's 3 different classes that you can choose from, which basically only deals with how you do ground combat, which would be Bill, actually. Me, Bill, and Seth are all different ones. Scott, you took what? Tactical?
Yeah.
Okay, so
all
me
right,
and Scott
Bill
are
and
tactical.
Scott are both tactical. They're more of the let's murder shit guys.
Well, let's break
Seth
this down.
Is more of the.
Let's break this down to the very first. Just take the Azure mission, where we rescue her ship, because each one of us had something we could do that the others could not do. Like, Seth actually got to save the officers, where we just had to let them die.
Yep.
Yeah.
I attempted to heal, but couldn't.
Right. Only Seth can do that. It's a part of his storyline. As a science, he can do that. We can't. Now, what we were able to do, for me and you, Scott, remember when that big line of enemies appeared in the hallway after you fixed the warp core? On the way back?
Kinda.
When that happened, had you done at just the right moment, had you went over and there was a console to your right, you could have went over to this console and pushed the buttons on the console. And you could have turned the plasma vents back on, and it would have flooded that hallway with plasma and just took out that whole line of people, and you didn't even have to fight them.
Well, I know that there was a breach in the hull already. on
That's
one
what I'm
section,
telling
but-
you. You could have vented plasma into the hallway. As a tactical officer,
Yeah.
there was a console right next to you you could have used to take out that hallway without ever having to fight those people. They couldn't do that.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep, I had to
But-
bromp him in the face with a split beam laser rifle.
Well, I mean, the only reason why we found that out is because after the fact, Bill tried to play with the console.
Yes. And I was like,
But
oh,
that
no!
was after we had murdered everything.
Yeah, because I went over and I hit the buttons and it was like tactical option. And I was like, beep! And the whole hallway was like, and all this green crap shot into the hallway. And I was like, I'll bet you that would have killed everybody here.
I was like, well, we shot them in the face instead. So
Because
let's
all
just
of us
keep
had
it.
the option to turn it off. But none of us, only me and you, Scott, had the option to turn it back on and just kill the people in that hallway. Where Seth could actually heal those people that we had to leave behind.
And I actually fixed the warp core.
Yeah, he actually fixed the warp core.
Huh, nice.
So you guys literally put like a boo-boo patch on it, and we're like, well, that'll keep you guys from exploding.
Yep.
Whereas I was like, beep, 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 beep. Oh, there's a class 10 force field. You're good.
That's actually really cool that even exists. I really like the idea, and it also offers a little bit of replayability. And for that matter, there's also 3 races or three beginning storylines, and I've only done Starfleet, so I don't have anything to say on that, to be fair. Because
Yeah,
you
same
can
here,
also
'cause
be
you can either be
Klingons or
Or
Romulans.
Romulans.
Romulans, you
Yes.
only get Romulan or Alien. That's it.
Isn't there a Borg option on the PC?
No, but you can
No?
requisition
Okay.
Borg officers.
For
Yeah.
500 of the pay to win credits.
Yeah.
You mean $5?
I mean, granted, it's not even the pay to win stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm
It's
not
more along the
hating
line-
on that. I don't hate on it
Yeah,
because
this
it's a
game
free
is
game.
not pay
you
to
have to
win.
make
This
money
is-
somehow.
Well, even
Yeah.
then, this is not one of those pay to win games. This is a pay to look fucking bad as shit games.
That's kind of true because if you want a Borg officer, you're going to pay for it. But then,
Yep.
if you're walking around with a Borg officer, you do look pretty cool.
Yep. And on top of that, you might want to get some new duds at the same time. Bam, there you go.
Yep.
Because
Now-
I already know for a fact. Well, actually, you guys keep talking because I'm going to check the story again
Okay,
real quick.
the
Because I know
Romulans,
there was one specific thing that I really liked.
if you go into the Federation, you have a lot of different classes, or rather races, to pick from. And this is actually pretty cool. I picked human. Looks like you guys picked human, I'm guessing.
Nope.
Seth didn't.
What are
Seth's
you,
an
Seth?
alien.
You're an alien, right?
Alien. Yeah, Alien, you get to customize it. Now, granted, with everyone you can customize it, but with Alien, I think you get like a few more options than Human does when it comes to customization.
That's pretty sweet, though.
Not many, but I think you get like 2 or 3.
Okay, so there's a lot of options though in terms of how that works. Okay, next, if you go Romulan, you can be Romulan or Alien. That's it. Romulans don't make friends.
Nope.
If you go
I don't think Klingons
Klingon,
do that much either.
actually Klingon does have an ally. Klingons, you could be
Yeah.
Klingon, Alien, or Gorn, I believe.
Oh, the Gorn.
Yeah.
Gotta love the Gorn.
Yep.
I'm dealing with those mofos as well.
Lizards that throw
Yeah, I've dealt
rocks,
with a couple
man.
of them. Yeah, those
Yeah,
guys
they
are
throw
fun.
some. They throw some rocks. You don't mess
Yeah.
with
Well,
those
no.
guys and their rock throwing.
Yeah, I do. You know why I do? Because I'll shoot them in the face, let them target me, and then like try to run behind them because since they're targeted me, my NPC crewmates who come down with me will shoot them in the back and gain extra hits off of them from shooting them in the back. And I'll be like,
Yep.
yes, this guy goes down quickly. Go, team, go.
I can actually buy a Counselor Troy uniform. That's pretty cool.
Now the next thing, if you're talking about like starting the game, the way that you fight on the ground. Okay, if I picked tactical, science, or engineer, engineers are primarily like they get moves where they put up shields and things like that. So they're kind of like the tanks of our group. So as Nick develops, he will become the guy that we want them shooting at. And then
Which they do anyways.
The science officer will be the guy that he does a lot of effects and status stuff.
And healing.
Yes. And then me and you, Scott, we open fire into the room. That's what we do.
Which is funny because for me to actually get everyone's attention, I literally just run into the middle of the room and I set up shop with my, big ass minigun that I have strapped to my back right now.
Yeah, I got that same gun.
I mean, it's not huge ass. I know, I'm so glad I got this thing again, because I remember when we were playing the PC version, I still have this equipped, or one like this.
Yeah.
And I've also got that Ghostbuster gun that I'll be getting soon, because I haven't caught up to you in this.
Now,
I'm only ranked 12.
The next thing that you could do here, though, is the way you fight on the ground. This took me a while to figure out, because, like I said, I am still relatively new. I discovered that fighting, like, if you pick an engineer, that doesn't necessarily mean that your ship has to be an engineering class ship. When you get a ship, there's going to be 3 different kinds of ships. There's a more sciencey ship, engineering ship, tactical ship. This is determined by your crew, your bridge crew. If you have more tactical officers, you're going to want to get a tactical ship, because that's how your special moves in your ship are going to work, is you're going to have to put those officers into the ship and put them in the crew stations. That will allow you to access your special moves. If you have a more tactical ship, you need more tactical officers to get your hands on those tactical moves. Now, the same difference, the same idea here comes into play when we talk about, say, the science ship. You need more science officers and so on and so forth. One of the big problems that happened with this game, the first time I played it, is I had tactical officers, okay? Which, yeah, that's good and fun, tactical officers. But I got the Constitution ship because it was the Enterprise and that's what I wanted, and I figured out that needs engineering officers. So that's that ship, that's a tanking ship. It's meant to draw attention to itself and take that damage for the team. And you need those engineering officers to have the moves that are going to allow you to do that. So, and I think Scott just had this problem. He had tactical officers. He got the engineering ship because he wanted the Enterprise, basically. And,
Enterprise, like.
Yeah, and
so.
it screwed him in a way. Because what he ended up having to do was he had to toss out a guy and then requisition a new guy in order to fill that space. And in terms of Seth is in a different situation altogether. He doesn't have the science officers to be in his science ship.
Well, actually, as a matter of technicality, even though I did that mission, it didn't give me a ship.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
It did. We'll go fix that. There's no way it cut you without that ship, because there's one you could buy and there's one you can't. I'm wondering if you're trying to get the one you can, because there's 2 science vessels.
I looked at all of them and it's telling me everything that's on there I have to buy. Like, it's not giving me like
you
a
should have
free
got
option.
Unless you sold the items in your inventory, you should have been given like a ship voucher or something
let me check
like
my
that.
inventory.
Because we've done this like
'Cause I haven't
4
really
times
sold
now.
shit.
We've done this like 4 times now, and every time when you get to a level 10, okay, this only works for your first 40 levels for people that are curious. At level 10, 20, 30, and 40, you get a free ship. You can just go to the store and buy one of the ships. But when you go there, there's going to be a ship you can get and a ship you cannot get. So there's like, they kind of try to tempt you into buying stuff. They're like, hey, you're in tier 2, here's this attack ship, but doesn't this one look cool? and that one you can't get because you're going to need actual like money.
Fire.
So there's
'Cause I
got to
know
be.
even-
You have to be able to get the ship. You have to be able to.
Because I know when I did my little change with another engineering guy, there's one issue that is still kind of coming up, but is weird.
What's that?
In battles, my torpedoes can't work.
What do you mean?
At one point in a battle, it's like, oh, the torpedoes are finally ready after my shields are almost done.
Everything has a firing arc.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
you
it's not
have your
about being
torpedo
ready.
set on the front, you have a 90-degree arc directly in front of you. So basically, 45 degrees to your left, 45 degrees to your right.
And you can't
in front
fire.
of you is your zone to fire in. Anything
Yes.
beyond that, you
Yeah,
cannot fire.
figured
That's
that.
why I always
figured
stick
that
with
one out on my own.
Kind of like if you
That's
turn
why-
sideways and you attack from the side, you could get both your forward
Phaser
and
banks.
aft phaser banks to fire and kind of deal double damage as you chicken peck away at their shields, but you can't use the torpedoes because they only fire front and back.
Yep, that's
Yep.
why I make sure
And that
I
also
have
works. That also works with up
beam
and
arrays
down
on both
to warn
sides.
you. You're in space. Up and down counts. So if a guy is too far above you or too far below you, you also cannot target with those torpedoes. You have to align
Yep.
yourself in order to aim the forward and aft torpedoes.
No, I mean, most of the time they don't even show as an option to be working at all.
Even if the guy's like dead in front of you.
Yeah.
Do you
How's your
have
ship set
torpedoes
up?
equipped?
No, it's a legitimate
Alright.
question because some people like, okay, one of my ships, I got a really good phaser array, so I put 2 phaser arrays on the forward and 1 phaser array on the aft, and then took 1 torpedo on the back and used that high yield torpedo so I would cross past a person and just be like zap 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 zap, and then as I was
And then
passing
poop a
them,
torpedo.
poop torpedoes.
Well, right now I got 2 phasers on the 4 weapons.
Oh,
That means you
that's
can
why.
only fire from the aft.
It means you literally have to have your ass wiggling at them to fire
Yes.
a torpedo.
You have to turn
Whereas
completely
me,
around.
I have my torpedoes set up front, so that way as I'm flying balls to the wall at an enemy, I can hit my high yield torpedoes, fire 2 to 3 torpedoes right at him as I hit him with the tachyon beam, and just keep unleashing my really good forward phaser bank. And then as I pass him, hit them with 3 phaser banks until I can bear back around and fire my torpedoes again.
Yes.
So just throw one up front and one in the back. Okay.
Yes, that's what
Yep,
I would do.
You could do it like that. Or
Because
if
that
you're
way-
really, really ballsy,
Oh man.
you could throw 2 torpedo banks up front.
No, I wanna try to be normal on my weapons.
Yeah.
Somewhat
Yeah,
normal.
Actually,
That's the problem you're
I
running
might
into.
try that out with. I might try that out once we actually get like more forward weapon spots. I might start loading up my forward weapons with, say, the torpedoes, and I might throw a couple of those 360-degree phaser turrets on the aft and see if that helps out.
Okay.
Because if I could fire like 80 torpedoes at somebody and just keep unleashing turrets of death at the
There's
same
one
time and
thing that
everything around me.
sucks. One thing that sucks is the high yield torpedo. Until you learn some better moves, high yield torpedo only works for 1 torpedo bay at a time, and it only fires 2 or 3 depending on how good you are. What
Oh, well, that's
sucks?
poopy.
What sucks about it is it would have been real cool if you could have said, get one of those assault vehicles and put 3 torpedo bays on the front ports and use the high yield and just blasted 6 torpedoes.
Yeah.
Eat
or,
it, bitch.
or 9.
Because
Or
what I
9.
did, I used the high yield torpedo and I equipped the quantum torpedoes to my ass.
They were so great too. So I would fly up and I would hit something with the tachyon as Bill's flying over it, shooting it, going pew pew with the phasers, and
Yep.
then I would fire my I think I had the Chronoton torpedoes.
Yes.
I would fire a Chronoton torpedo at it to make sure I pierce into that shield and bust it down. So that way when Bill decided to shit out 2 quantum torpedoes at something, they felt it.
Dude,
and
those
they
things
felt
were
it
sick.
bad.
They
The
were
beautiful
sick.
explosion of purple in space, and then suddenly you just see this little of the enemy ship. Mwah, so good.
Yeah, that was
Oh
that
wait,
was
hey,
nice.
we should be getting quantum torpedoes soon.
Yes. Yeah, there's we should.
Quantums.
I'm curious about that though, because remember, we were able to make those because of the duty officers.
Yeah, but we were able to. We got those as a reward too, didn't we?
No. Those are those weird torpedoes. It like okay, after we're done with this and we go and we just start playing the game, if we can get them far enough to where we could do the DM mission
Yeah.
or DD mission, if we get them far enough to do the DD mission, we get that as a reward. We get one of those crazy torpedoes.
Yeah.
The purple explosive death of death.
Yeah, the beautiful, sexy, explodey purple
Oh
torpedo.
my god,
It's
that
so much
torpedo
fun.
is mean.
Actually,
There is something we should warn people though.
What's that?
The inventory space.
60 spaces.
Yeah.
Except for
plenty
your
of
ship.
spaces.
Your ship is different. Like where you're equipping and unequipping phaser stuff, that doesn't have
Nick, give me
as
a
many
credit.
spaces.
Yeah.
You can actually move this shit?
Yeah. You can.
Oh,
one of
crap.
the things you can do, if you really want to, you can move all of the stuff off your old ship and sell it. I mean,
Well,
Oh man.
I don't know if you want to, but say the ship that's in dock right now, your Miranda,
8 missions. Fuck.
you can get rid of that equipment, and it might not be a bad idea. And here's the reason why: keeping equipment on it, unless you're going back to the ship, doesn't help. And even if you went back to the ship, you would just take the stuff that you have on your ship now and put it back, put some of it on the Miranda, because the yield of items that you could put on, or the tier, depends on your level, not the ship, your level. So like when I got to Lieutenant Commander, I was able to equip level 4 items, but as a lieutenant I could only equip level 2 items. Well, the Miranda ship, if that's really where you want to stay, and for me that's a no, I'd like to move up the rank, but hey, some people like what they like, and if you wanted to, you could make the Miranda a formidable vessel in its own right, just by equipping more powerful equipment and moving on with it. It will never be as strong as, say, a friggin' Galaxy, but you
Oh
can.
god, I can't wait for that.
But you can go out of your way to equip better stuff and make it a more worthwhile ship. You can do that.
Well, I'm just hoping that at some point you can actually upgrade your inventory on you or
You can.
in your party, whatever.
You can. You can get more inventory spaces.
You have
I
to
think
buy them, though, probably.
You do, but to be fair,
It's
Seth looked it up,
320 Zen to get 12 extra inventory slots.
and
And
Seth
that's only
looked
on
it
a
up.
single character.
Yeah, but Seth
Yeah.
looked it up. It's only like $5 is 500 credit. So
Yeah.
every now and then, every other check, if you want to drop $10 on the game, slowly but surely, you could each time buy a new piece of equipment or
It's
buy a
hard.
new outfit and get some inventory space. Every other check. And then 1 month at a time, after a while, you'll have too many inventory spaces. So, I mean, it is doable.
Here.
Or you could do the lifetime membership and just get the spaces right now. Lifetime membership
Yeah,
gives
that's
you,
what I was looking at.
it costs a lot,
Where'd you get that?
and it's kind of crazy, but if
Go to
you
the
get the
C
lifetime
store
membership, you'll get
and
a
hit
lot
featured.
of stuff for doing that.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. Lifetime subscription, which is, if I'm reading that right, 18,750 Zen,
Yep.
coins.
which is the
Zen,
coins. You get 3 T6 veteran heavy cruisers, one for each faction.
Seth,
So you
how
get
much?
one
Hold
for
on, before you
Federation,
even do this,
Klingon,
before
and-
whoa, before you even do this, Seth, look it up How much can we spend to get credits so that we could buy that right now? What kind of price range are they looking at right now with that discount? Because it's discounted by 33% right now.
Well, let's
So
see.
it's as low as it's going to be.
For 110,000. Oh no,
It's
that's
100 bucks.
11,000.
Yeah, for 11,000, it's $100. So
Yeah,
how much
that's gonna
does
be
it
a minute.
cost?
Let me go back into it.
Yeah, because I was busy
Looks
trying
like
to
it
trade with
says-
you because I just traded with Scott for something I don't need.
It says I think it's 18,750.
18,000, huh?
Yeah.
So a little less than
18,750.
$200.
Yeah, but
Now that
You can
sounds like a
also
big
say-
price
wait.
tag.
Roughly,
hold
That
on.
sounds like a big price tag, but you only have to do this once.
You can also sell your dilithium.
Yes, but just
For
I'm just
these
talking.
coins.
I'm talking for people that have no patience whatsoever. You want to start the game and you never want to quit it. You're going to be on here for the next 4 or 5 years. If you drop $180, what do you get?
You get the 3 T6 veteran heavy cruisers,
Oh
one for
man!
each faction. So that's 1 Federation, 1 Klingon, 1 Romulan. 3 T5 veteran heavy cruisers, or heavy destroyers. I said heavy destroyers for the first one too, right?
Yes,
Probably said
or I
cruisers.
think.
It's
I think you said
destroyers.
cruisers, anyway.
Yeah.
They're destroyers. Same thing with the T5. You get 3 small crafts, 1 for each federate or faction. 3 additional character slots. So instead of having 5 character slots, you can have 8. I think it's 5. Might be 8. You can go up to 11. I don't know. You get 30 bonus inventory slots as you level for each character on an account. 60 bonus bank slots as you level for each character on an account.
Jeez.
20 bonus account shared bank slots as you level. 4 respec tokens per character, as well as 1 token per rank as you level. 3 starship slots per character. 1 ship upgrade token sent via in-game mail. 1,000 dilithium refinement every 48 hours, which is pretty sweet. A special fireworks emote for ships, so your ship can shoot fireworks when it gets implemented. Faction specific EV suits, so you get a Federation EV suit, which, if nobody knows what an EV suit, it's basically a spacesuit.
Which is
why
damn
when you
helpful
go-
for mining that dilithium.
Yeah, 'cause
Yep.
God help you if you accidentally disable it, because then you'll suffocate
Yeah.
to death like Bill.
Yeah,
I
get
caught
that.
it fast enough
I
because
took
I
the
saw
helmet
myself
off.
starting to suffocate. I was like, "Oh no!" I powered
here's the
mine
Borg.
down.
Next thing is the Borg.
You can play as a liberated Borg
Yeah.
on the Federation or Klingon factions.
Damn!
You can play as a Talaxian on Federation and Klingon factions. You have access to the captain's table. I don't know what the hell that is, but
Yeah,
hey.
I'm lost on that one yet.
Exclusive costume insignia, which
sweet.
basically it looks a lot like probably their version of the Medal of Honor type of thing.
Okay.
It's pretty ribbony.
I'm not hating it. Whatever.
No, I mean it looks awesome.
Oh, okay.
It's basically like a
If
cross
people
pattern
are looking at this,
with
if
another
people are looking
cross
at this, they
pattern
see
that's
the image.
smaller.
So
Yeah. Well, I mean that's if Bill. Oh, well, that's if you're watching yours. Let's see. We've got a exclusive
The
veteran
exclusive
uniform
veteran.
pieces for each faction. The priority login. So basically, any peons that are trying to log in while you're logging in get fucked up
Right.
because they ain't important enough. You get a veteran ship material. Okay. Mugado companion. Don't know what the hell that is. A 5% skill point and officer skill point boost buff to player and team.
Damn, dude. You get
And
so
I wonder-
damn much.
I wonder if that stacks.
Dude, you get an android.
I was
Yep.
getting there. I'm
sorry, I'm
actually
excited.
wondering if that stacks because, say, the four of us plus Shane, whenever the hell he gets off his lazy ass and finishes up.
I think he's playing the game right now, to be fair.
Good. So when he gets off his lazy ass and finishes up, if for some reason all of us were able to get this lifetime thing and in a party together, taking on a mission, would we have a 25% skill point and officer skill point boost?
Oh my god.
This is the thing that pops into my head. Is that a thing? So you get an android bridge officer, so you can have data.
Yep, I need it.
Or lore, or B4.
Yep. Or Construct.
You can have Alpha 5.
That was the dude that I had in my fan fictions was Construct.
No, he was B4.
No, I had to change that because they started making references that you couldn't use their characters and shit like that in the new rules.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I made a new guy called Construct, and I figured out a background for him.
Yeah,
Which
that
now
works.
I don't even know if I can print those books because they changed the codes again.
Yep. You get costume pieces. Piece. Just to let you know, not
Admiral
pieces.
uniform. I wonder what the piece.
get a
I imagine
Romulan
it's the
admiral.
main part of it, like the body.
You get the shoulder cape for the Klingons, and you get the Jupiter uniform variant for the
I
Federation.
wonder what that is.
You also get the following titles: Relentless, Valiant, Dauntless, Stalwart, Redoubtable, whatever, Magnificent, Impressive, Vigilant, Guardian, Starfleet Veteran, Empire Veteran, Republic Veteran.
Now, let's be
That's
honest
it.
here. Let's be honest
That's
here.
a lot of shit.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
shit. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor here for the end of our discussion. We always do a topic here. Now, our topic tonight is going to be, would you buy that?
Yes.
And I
If
mean
I
buy
had
it.
the money,
$180, drop it right now.
If I had the money and I knew I didn't need that 180 for anything else,
Okay.
yes. Because I actually really enjoy this game.
Okay.
And if it's going to give me all that cool shit, fuck yeah, I'm going to buy it.
Seth?
Oh, I already said yes.
Oh, okay.
Like,
All right.
I am not a major Star Trek fan, but this game is definitely, like, really fun. Now, at the same time, we've had the same problem before in the past, where we jump into a new MMO, we love it for, about a good month and a half to, 2 months.
This is true.
Maybe 4, depending.
He's
and
very...
then after a while, we just say, fuck this, and we leave. So if somehow we make it to about the 5 or 6 month mark, fuck yeah, I would buy that, no
But
problem.
I've already been here
So
for
long
about
as I
6
still
months.
have money to
Yeah,
pay my
same here.
bills.
And
So-
the
But
big
yeah,
thing
for
is,
you guys, I started last night.
Right.
I actually beta tested this game.
Yeah.
What
Yeah, I know
about you,
did.
Scott? You
So-
buying this?
I guess the same situation with Nick is if I had the money, I'd be all over this, but the only time I know I would probably be around the holiday
Tax
seasonal
season.
time.
All right. Well, then here's the thing. All of us agreed this would be awesome to have. So here's my thing. Let's say you really wanted this, and you know you're going to stay here, and you know you're going to play, and you know you want all that stuff. Then I just put a reasonable possibility in front of you. Pick 2 games that you want within the next 2 or 3 months, and don't buy them, but put the
Not
money
happening.
in this game.
Unfortunately, not happening.
Why?
Because one of those games, actually, there's only really like 2 or 3, and one of those is Final Fantasy 15.
So buy
And
that one.
I love Star
You just
Trek.
said 2 or 3. You just said 2 or 3. Let's
Yeah.
say, look, I'm just telling you, the price of a game is anywhere from 70 to 80 right now. So
Yeah.
if you
Or more
picked,
if you
so
end up doing a
all I'm
pre-order
telling you,
for
all I'm telling you is that if you just waited and put the buying of games off for 2 months, you would have it. That's it. And then on the 3rd month, you could go and buy whatever game you happen to pass on. And you could afford it. It would be willpower. You would have to each time, once a month, when you got the money and you saw a game you wanted and you were about to buy it, you buy that PlayStation card instead. Put it on the account, don't touch it. Next month,
That's
see that
also
game,
a problem.
do it again.
Yeah, but if I got money in my PSN account,
I didn't say this wouldn't
I'm
be a
gonna spend
willpower thing, but it's time to green ring it, motherfucker.
We've already established I am not a Green Lantern, Bill.
He's kind of
I
right.
would be either a blue or a freaking
So that for
indigo or a
you,
sapphire.
the only way you can get this game that way
I could probably
is
do
if
it
that money
with
was
one
just
of my
in your
checks.
hand.
If I can
You
actually
can't
get a
save for
couple
this.
decent checks, I probably could, but
Because
there's
the
always
other way,
something that comes
the other
up
way
with
you could
it.
save, and it would take a lot longer, but you could just buy a $20 PlayStation card every paycheck,
Yeah.
and
Or
don't
I could
touch
just-
that money.
Or I could just wait for one of my good holiday checks and then just drop however fucking much it is.
But that's if
See-
it's still at price by then.
It won't be. It'll be up in price. Which is the reason I'm telling you what I would do is I would find 2 games, and if I really wanted to buy those games and I was crazy about dropping that money and I had it in my hand, I would force myself to walk away from those games and get them next month. It's not like they won't be there.
See, it doesn't
think-
say that it's on discount, though.
Yeah, it is 33%.
I
I don't know
think
if you
my
have the
issue with
stream
that-
loaded up, but I could even show it to you. I'm in the C store right
Oh,
now.
yeah, there it is.
Discount.
Yeah, I see it. Never
Yeah.
mind, I was in the wrong spot.
I think my issue with that
Well,
is
maybe you
that
should
I
back
only
out and
have
accept my trade.
the minimum down on my reserve, so I can't really do that.
No, but you can do that. What I'm telling you is that all of us here, we suffer from the same fucking problem. We won't do that. If right now I could go back to the store and I could tell GameStop, hey, you know what? Screw that Final Fantasy 15. I know that I can get it a month later. And I could take that $5, but then since I know that I was going to blow that 80 something bucks anyway, I just take that money and get a PlayStation card with it and put it on here, and then next month when I see something else that I really want, I repeat the process. I say, no, that'll be here next month. And instead of buying that and taking it home, I go and I get the life package that day. We could
My
do
issue is
this.
the collector's editions I have.
So,
If I cancel the collector's editions, they're gone. So,
yeah.
Yeah, there's
they're-
no
they're
way
not,
getting
but
those
they
back.
are. Yeah, they're not, but they are. Yeah, whatever.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't buy into the GameStop propaganda pre-order bullshit, because on the day that this releases, I promise you, I'll take a picture and show it to you. Walmart in Morton will get the collector's edition. I promise you. It has happened
Yeah,
every
but-
single time. Every time you guys
Two
are like,
of us-
pre-order this, and then it appears in Walmart, and I just go buy it.
That's cool for you, but 2 of us actually work for GameStop, and we get discounts.
Which is good and fine, but
So why would we drop an extra $20 by going to Walmart? Who's
but
going to
that's
try
not
to
the
fuck
argument
us on
here.
something
That's
along
not
the
the
same
argument
time?
here. The
when we
argument
can do
here,
that?
the argument here is if you gave up 2 games, you could have that membership.
That's if it's the same price then, Bill.
That's theoretical. 2 games. You have to pick 2 games that you would pass on
I could.
in order to get it. That's all you would
2
have to
games
do.
in the next... Hold on. 2 games in the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Well, for you guys, yeah, 2 games in the next 3 months.
With a time span of 3 months, that puts us into basically December, which I'll be working roughly about 38 hours a week.
If not 7 to 6 days a week.
Which means nothing when we're talking theoretical would you drop 2 games.
I
The
wouldn't
amount of
have
work
to.
that you work doesn't mean anything. The amount of work that you work doesn't mean anything in terms of the question being asked. If you could pass on 2 games, you would have this membership. What 2 games
I
would
wouldn't
you pass
have
on?
to is the thing.
Man, I can't talk
That's my
theoretics
thing.
with you guys at all.
No, because the
because you
theoretics
bring
doesn't
up-
work for this time of year.
Oh, because it's
Now-
Christmas?
now
okay, well that's different.
rewind-
No, that's different. No,
rewind
see?
6
No,
months,
okay. No, I'm going to throw mine. I'm
and
going to
it's
throw
okay.
mine in. I'm going to throw mine in then. Oh, I'm sorry. I will be spending over $700 or more on Christmas.
For you,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So see, now
You're
you're
different in
getting into
this.
that. You're getting into that. So yes, it is different.
For
so,
you.
So the argument
Compared to us.
that I'm asking is, if you were to lose 2 games, you could buy this. What 2 games would you give up?
Yeah, that's the problem. I can't really think of which one I
That
would
you
have
don't
to...
want it
well,
that
actually,
bad.
no. It's the whole fact of I would get Final Fantasy and that's it. And there's 2 games that I really have been looking forward for.
What's
also
that?
on top of that, Watch Dogs 2, and I've been waiting since I finished Watch Dogs 1 for them to announce it.
But could you put it off for 1 month?
No, it'd be putting it off for 3 months.
Okay.
I do have 2 that I could.
In Battlefield 1.
See, this is the only thing I'm getting at. Any game that you could just... Everybody thinks they have to have the game like when it comes out, and I get it. It's nice to have it when it comes out. But if you could postpone for a month and a half, you could get this, and next month go buy those games you were looking at. And for
Yeah,
you,
but
it would make
for-
even more sense because you just told me that you're going to have all this money in about two or 3
Theoretically.
months. Theoretically, but in 2 or 3 months it works for you. You could just go buy those games, and since it's Christmas, they might even be slightly discounted. November.
Yeah, but with them releasing right then in November,
I've watched
I don't
it happen.
see them going on discount.
I've seen it happen. I've watched those Black
Call of
Friday
Duty,
events.
I could see that one drop like a son of a bitch.
I've watched those events. Those Black Friday events are sick, where they just sell brand
yeah.
new shit for like $15 just to guarantee that you'll come in the door.
Well, that's why I said I know my 2 that would drop.
Specializations.
What?
Because
Well-
I would definitely say Final Fantasy 15.
So you would wait on it? Because
Yeah,
that one
would
would be
wait
tough
on-
for me. I've got to be honest. You make a point when you say you have the collector's edition. That would be a tough
Not on
sell
that
for
one.
me to lose it.
Not on that
So
one.
you say you have to have that one. Understood. I agree with you.
There's not a collector's edition. I don't have that on collector's edition, so
Oh, so
yeah.
you wouldn't really be missing out.
not really.
Okay.
So other than that, there is also the Skyrim.
Oh, the remastery that they're doing for the PS4 and whatnot?
Yeah, I could care less
Yeah.
about that now.
Yeah.
The only thing I was really looking forward to that one was the fact that
mods.
we were going to get mod support.
Yeah,
Because
a lot of people were.
I've destroyed the crap out of Skyrim so many times. Yeah, the game's a lot of fun,
I never
but
even got
without
to play it.
that mod support,
I played it
well,
for
now
a day.
you can.
I played it for a day, and the character I was using, I played for 4.5 hours, and then I had to go do something, and I went to go do something, and Jeremy kept playing the game. And when I came back,
Yeah, I
came
remember
back
that.
the next day, and this is kind of crazy because he was at my house, and I had to go all the way out of town to the point where I had to stay where I was, and then when I came back the next day, he'd been
still
playing
playing.
all night, and he already had 4 of those calls, and he was all super strong and had all these spells and all this equipment, and he was all badass, and he'd been playing my game. He never made his
Yep.
own file. And since then, I never put the game back in. So I am kind of looking forward to that, but I could pass on it. I could wait a month. I think that's one I could walk away from and get this thing.
And I kind of have a third one too.
What's that?
The recently announced Lego Harry Potter collection.
Oh yeah, where they put the two other games together, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And then remastered them.
So far it's only PS4, but they probably could make it for Xbox One.
Those Lego games are pretty sweet, to be fair.
They're fun.
So, regardless of how the conversation went, I would get this thing. I really would. In fact, I'm actually considering it pretty hardcore now. I might even consider doing the overtime to do it, because right now we're on overage like crazy. In fact, they just forced my Saturday, so I just worked 8 hours anyway, and I can go in early all this week if I wanted to, 2 hours per day. And if I did that, I would have this game. I would have that membership by the end of by the end of next week. So, this was the first episode of the Sons of Khan. So, later on.